What's up guys, it's your girl Taylor, and today I'm back again with another video. Today, you guys, I will be doing a review on my 30-piece makeup brush set from Amazon. If you came from my TikTok, you already know I promised you guys to do a review videos on these makeup brushes to show you that these are top quality and you cannot beat this deal. Here are my makeup brushes. Here's my face. Let's get into this video. So first things first, I'm going to clip my hair back and out of my way while we be in his face. Okay. Go in with a makeup wipe and clean the surface of my face. Okay, and now since I have my face wiped down, I'm going to go in with my moisturizer on my face. Just get my face real moisturized. So the first thing I'm going to go in with is my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm. I'm going to rub this all into my skin with the M106 makeup brush. And I'm just going to go and make sure this Danessa Myricks Burn Balm is just melted all the way into my skin. Okay, now that we have that all blended, we're going to go in with my NYX brow glue and worked into those brows. Make sure we get it in there. Make sure I'm working it into them brows, y'all. I'm going to go in with my M401 brush and just make sure my brows are laying flat. Okay, so now that I let my Danessa Myricks dry down on my face, I'm going to go in with my MAC Studio Fix in my foundation color. I'm going to go in with my M107. Tap this on the back of my hand, like so. And I'm going to use my brush to pick up the product and rub it on my face. Like so. I'm just going to rub that in. Then I'm going to go in with my M104 brush and just blend all of this out on my face in circular motions. And I will say that these brushes are like soft and super smooth on the skin. Like the way that this is going across my face like butter, it feels absolutely amazing, you guys. This brush is so soft and it glides over my skin so well. So next, I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Tan. And I'm also going to go in with the color Deep. Deep is more of closer to my skin tone. So I'm just going to apply this kind of like on the outside and not really the inside. So just go in on the outer side like this. And then like this. And I also have some Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. That dry down. And I'm going to blend it out. So since I let that dry down a bit, I'm going to go in with my M202 brush. And I'm just going to start blending outwards with my concealer. Okay, and when I go to blend this out, I'm gonna make sure I'm looking up at my mirror so that I won't be blending my concealer out into any of my fine lines under my eyes. So we want a smooth look under the eyes. Okay, now since we have most of that blended out, I'm gonna go back in with my M202 brush and make sure that that is blended all the way out. I'll tap some on the back of my hand. Make sure I get this all blended out. We don't want to blend no creases. And we're gonna go and we're gonna tap and set all of that in place. Okay, so now that we're allowing that to set and bake, we're gonna go in under our nose because we want a like highlight look. I'm gonna go in under our nose, on the bridge of our nose, and a little on our forehead and a little on our chin. And then I'm gonna come back when it's time to blend. So now that we let those dry down, we're gonna go back in with our M132 brush and we're just gonna blend all of those areas out. Okay, so now that we have that all good and blended out, I'm gonna go in with my lifter stick by Maybelline in the color 75. And I'm just gonna go in all my contour places. So I'm gonna place it here. Place it here. I'm gonna do my nose. Right here by my eye. And I'm gonna hit up here by my forehead. I'm also gonna hit here by my chin. And I'm gonna hit under right here. And these are all the places that I have contour. Now I'm gonna go in with my M241 and I'm just gonna blend all of those places that I put contour. But when I'm blending, I'm gonna blend in an upwards motion like this. For my smaller areas, I'm gonna go in with the M133 and I'm just gonna blend right here. Get that good and blend it out. And then I'm gonna go in with my nose contour and I'm just gonna drag it up into my nose. And then while I'm dragging it down and contouring my nose. So up into my eyebrow while dragging into the contour. So then when you get through blending, it should look a little something like this. So now that we're done letting our under eye bake, we're gonna go in with our M162 brush and just get all of that powder that we had sitting from under our eye. And we're just gonna dust it all off. We've let that sit long enough. So we're just gonna dust it all off. And then we're gonna go in with our blush. Now with the look that I'm going for, I'm just gonna go in with the Made by Mitchell in Strawberry Cream. And I'm just gonna go through and just basically dab it right here. I'm just gonna do 2 little dabs of Made by Mitchell. And then I'm gonna go in with my M203 brush. And I'm just gonna blend it out. Cause see, the Made by Mitchell is good. And it also doesn't really like have a lot of pigment in it. But that's okay. It's okay that it doesn't have a lot of pigment. So we're gonna go back in with our LA Girl Pro Setting Powder in the color Soft Pink. And like I said once before, we're just gonna go in with our powder puff. And we don't want a lot of powder. So we're just gonna dust some of that off. and go in basically in all the places that we had concealer. So like my chin, under eye, forehead, and nose. I know it looks a little crazy, but it's okay. I know it looks a little crazy. It's okay. Since we're letting our face just bake down, we're going to go ahead and start doing our brows. And I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in the color dark brown. And I'm just going to trace over my brow that I already have laid by the mixed glue. I'm just going to fill it in all the places that it needs to be filled, like that. And do the same thing to the other side. Fill into all the places that it needs to be filled, like so. And then all the empty spots in my brow, I'm just going to do like a spike almost, and just fill the rest of it in, like that. With our M382 brush with the lightest concealer under the bottom and the one closer to my skin tone on the top. And just blend. Once I basically just trace out my brow, then I'm just going to blend it out so that it blends down into the bottom. So I'm going to do the same thing to this side, and I'll be back. See how I underlined my brows with the lighter shade? Now I'm going to go over the top of my brows with the shade that's closer to my skin tone. And I'm going to blend these out. Blend these out with the M132 brush once again. And I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to blend. And I'm just going to blend until it's seamless. Just like that. You've let this powder sit long enough. We're going to go through and dust off all of that excess powder. Alrighty, so now that we have all those powders wiped off, we're going to go back in with our M133 brush and our contour palette by MAC. I'm going to grab this shade right here, and we're just going to go over all the places where I put my cream contour. And we're just gonna bring some warmness back to my face. 201 brush, using that same color and just going back over the places like my cheek, my forehead, my chin, my under, my other under. Using the same contour palette, I'm going to go in with this lighter shade right here and just go in right there, closer to the corner of my eye. And do the same thing on this side and just make sure that it's blending perfectly with the rest of my eye. So let's make sure that's blended well. Same thing here. Make sure that's good and blended. We're going to go back in with our M133. That's all, you guys. I went in with my M332 when I just did the corner. We're going to go back in with my M133 and that dark shade that we was using earlier, and just kind of like make sure it blends with that lighter shade, like so. So now that we've got mostly everything set, I'm going to go in with my Studio MAC foundation powder, and I'm going to use it as my press powder for under my eye. And I'm just going to go in and just press that all in. Go in, press that all in. Press it all in. But I'm only going to press it in places where I put my concealer because it's a lighter shade, lighter than my actual skin tone. Ruby Kisses and Chestnut, that's my actual skin tone, and I'm going to go in with my, I'm going to go with my M102 brush, and I'm just going to go in slightly, not a lot. Make sure it's enough on there though, not too much, and then just go in on my other places on my face with my regular skin tone. Like so. We're going to go in with our M383 brush. We're going to go in with our M83 brush. And we're going to go in with our Black Panther Edition MAC highlighter, which is my absolute favorite. I live by it. If I could still find it anywhere and it still exists, best believe I would buy it. I'm going to go in on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, above my eyebrow, above my other eyebrow. And I'm thinking about doing the inner corner of my eyes, like so. So like this. And last but not least, as far as adding stuff to my face, I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place Volume 4 palette. And I'm going to go in with my M164 brush. And I'm going to use the lighter shade. Now, Juvia's Place, if you know, super pigmented. So we're going to start at the back and come down to the front. Because if you know, you know. Juvia's Place blush palette is overly pigmented. And we're just going to rub that all in. Beautiful. And I love blush. If you know me, you know that I love blush. We're going to bring that all in. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Bring it all in together. Add a little more of that bright pink on here. Rub it all in. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, we absolutely love this. So now we're going to go in with our New York eyeliner pencil in the color black underneath my eye. So I'm going to hold my eye down with my powder puff. I'm just going to trace my waterline with this black color. Just like so. Okay, so while we're waiting on our lashes to dry down with the glue on them, I'm going to go in with some Fenty Beauty mascara and just get all that powdery, white cast looking mess on eyes off the eyes, basically. We're going to get all that look off of there. So when we put our lashes on, that won't even show up. Okay. Then we're going to go in on the bottom lash. Because the bottom lashes need love too. Alright, besties, we got our lashes on. Now it's time for this lip combo. I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place in the color Scorpio. It's kind of like this pretty purple pencil. And just go like over line. Now this pencil is like super, super, super creamy. Like, it's so creamy. So like, I be having to go over my lips and sharpen the pencil. Because it's so creamy. Like, this pencil is overly creamy. Like, super creamy. But we love creamy lip pencils. So, I ain't complaining. Okay, so now that I went over with my Juvia's Place, I'm going to go in with my NYX Butter Gloss in the color Lava Cake. And I'm just going to basically kind of like outline the same areas that I outlined it with my Juvia's Place pencil. Like so. And then I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place and Cream de Coco. I'm going with my Juvia's Place again. And I'm just going to add this to the center of my lips, like so. This lip gloss kind of like melts into your lips. So now I'm going to go in again with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And I'm just going to spray my face down to melt all these powders and everything we put on our face. I'm going to go in with my fan, dry it down. Now that I'm done with my Charlotte Tilbury, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Paris setting spray. This is my first time using it, so let's hope and pray that it's good. Let that dry down. Alright, besties, here is the finishing look. What do you guys think? Overall, I rate these brushes a 1,000 out of 10. They got my makeup looking absolutely flawless. They felt amazing. They did their job. I didn't have to worry about any streaking. Everything was blended so pretty and so properly. I just cannot wait to do my makeup again with these brushes. Besties, please make sure if you haven't already purchased these brushes that you go and purchase them. They will definitely take your makeup to the next level. Thank you guys so much for coming and watching me beat my face. If you would like to see more from me, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell so you'll know next time when I post. And until next time, bye besties. Trust in me. You said I can't trust in you.